Now, it's from the Reserve Rastelli collection, and this is Filet Mignon. We call it the king of all steaks because they're so unbelievably buttery soft and full of great flavor, and then we give you that garlic herb butter to make them even more enticing. I mean, this is going to create that waterfall of butter that you're so excited about. And for 5 years in a row, we have done this as a today's special value. And it's extraordinary to say this, but 48 years ago today was an important day because that was the day that Ray Rastelli, whom you're going to meet in a moment, opened his very first butcher shop. This is so exciting as we look at 10 of these 5-ounce fillets with a tub of roasted garlic herb butter and a packet of the signature seasoning from Rastelli. This is the same product that I posted on my Facebook and my Instagram stories this morning. I had some people over for dinner the other night and made these, and they turned out beautifully. I made them in the air fryer, Mr. Rastelli. All right, we are super excited to let you know that since launch, 14,700 have been ordered, and in this show, 400 already spoken for. Now, auto delivery is every 60 days for 1 year, and it's already very popular because we know the price of beef will only go up. If you do auto delivery, your price stays the same. This is Ray Rastelli, who 48 years ago today opened his very first butcher shop. Happy 48th anniversary to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And how many years on QVC now?
Going on our 10th year.
On your 10th year, and
yes.
in almost 10 years, you have won 41 Customer Choice Food Awards.
And we don't take that lightly. We cherish those and
well, I mean, they're all voted on by you, our customers. They're not voted on by employees or by any of the people you see on the show or anybody on the Rastelli team. This is all done by customer survey, and you are #1 food brand at QVC.
So we are happy for that, and David, we brought you that tradition back again.
I'm so glad you did, and at the same price we brought it in last year, which is almost unheard of in the beef industry.
That is for sure.
So we're excited to be able to bring you the king of all steaks, cook them to whatever doneness you like, and I cooked them in the air fryer the other night, and they turned out beautifully. If you love Rastelli, give us a call. We'd love to talk with you. And Mr. Rastelli, may I put just a little butter on this?
You can drop some butter right on top of there,
because I was
David.
hoping we'd do a little waterfall of butter. Oh, there it is.
Let's get a little bit of...
It's so soft and melty that it's just making its way down the front of the filet. This is only going to impart more flavor and make it more dramatic. Unbelievable, because when you put this on top, it melts into the meat and creates that beautiful flavor and that kind of steakhouse experience that you're after. You're going to be able to do this in your home. These are center cut fillets.
They are center cut. They're 5 ounces. They're black Angus, and you see the butter melting into this. Trust me when I tell you that every bite of steak is going to melt in your mouth the same way that butter melts into this filet.
I will tell you, they have won 41 Customer Choice Food Awards, as we mentioned. You get 10 5-ounce Reserve Black Angus fillets, and we have 3 ship weeks. We have now 11/11 and 12/9, but if you want 11/11, it's important to know we have 8,000 available. December 9th is most popular, and auto delivery super popular today, because even if Mr. Rastelli's costs go up, your cost stays the same for 1 whole year, every 60 days for 1 year. Mr. Rastelli, have you some bites for me to try?
I do, David, and I'm actually just going to cut it with a fork.
I hope you would.
Because we can cut through a black Angus filet mignon with a fork just like that.
Unbelievable. I might go for 2 pieces because, you know, I can't. My name's on the apron. So soft, so buttery, so good. And all the great seasoning. I taste the butter. I think it's time to bust out the happy dance early. Just bust out early.
That is...
We are very excited about this today's special value, and if you're looking to serve the very best for this holiday season, then it's time to order right now.
It is, and there's a big difference, right? Not every piece of steak is created different, created the same, I say, but this is very different. Here's what's different about it. It's black Angus, it's reserve, which means only 4% of all the cattle in the United States are going to qualify for this filet mignon, right? Think about that. And then we age it for 45 days. Now, aging is a very, very natural process. The aging breaks down the enzymes, breaks down those proteins, and you know what you get? You get a beautiful filet mignon that's going to melt in your mouth with every bite.
I have been here for all 5 of the years.
Yes.
Well, I've been here all the 10 years you've been on the air, but I've been here for all 5 of the years of this today's special value. An unmistakable tradition for our foodies who are watching the program right now. And people are like, Dave, you're gonna eat a lot of steak today? I was like, I'm the luckiest man alive because I get to present this a few times today. And we're super excited about this. Now, if this is a little more rare than you like it, cook it longer. Because even if you cook it longer, you're not going to lose that flavor or tenderness.
You know, it's so. We had a caller earlier, David, who said, "I like my filet mignon well done." And I go to a restaurant and they say, "No, you can't get it well done because you're going to kill that steak." You will not kill the steak, even if you have this filet mignon well done. Drop a little of that butter on top. It's going to be juicy, but every bite will be as tender as if you had it medium or medium well.
I mean, even if you can bounce it off the floor.
That's right.
I mean, come on. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. And of all the things that Mr. Rastelli brings to QVC, I think I love this the best because it creates that beautiful celebratory ambiance that you're after at your dinner table for holiday or special occasions. But we can, these are packed individually, so we can leave these in the freezer for how long?
These are going to stay in your freezer for up to 12 months. And when you get these at home, David, this is what they come in, this beautiful black box. Of course.
We're going to, let's pull that into the shot a little further.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Oh,
every
lambs.
filet mignon is individually vacuum packed. Now, I want you to notice in that filet mignon, see that beautiful marbling? That's what I call meat candy. When you get a filet mignon, and that's what you should get with our reserve, you're going to have that beautiful texture.
I'm going to tilt this up just a little bit.
Yep.
I want you to see all the fillets in there, the packet of seasoning, the tub of butter.
The butter, the seasoning, the packets, and then there's a gift card as well that goes in there.
Oh, there's a gift card. A gift for you. That's right, from Mr. Rastelli.
If you're sending this to someone and they open this up, everything is right in here, including all the different methods on how to cook the great filet mignon in your home.
Now, Mr. Rastelli, I'll tell you that for the day, we have taken orders for over 15,000. In this show, well over 700 have been spoken for. I'm going to put this box back here. We'll refer to it again. It's important to know we're shipping this either now, 11/11, or 12/9. Now, most popular is the December ship week, and we're getting more limited in the November 11th ship week. Now, it's not going to arrive on that day. It'll be shipping that week. So it's important to know, make room in your freezer. If you want to take it out of the boxes, you can. Now, Mr. Rastelli, you melted butter in the bottom of this skillet.
Yeah, I took some of that butter, I melted it in the bottom of that skillet. Now, first thing I did was took my fillets out of the package, and I've got them to room temperature, because what I'm going to do here...
Let them thaw.
Let them thaw at room temperature, and all I'm going to do is take my butter, and I'm just going to baste each side for about a minute so you can see that beautiful butter. Now, as I begin to baste this, you know, the other side is searing, Dave, but I wanted to keep the top of the fillet nice and moist, but that quickly, watch how the other side has seared. Look at how beautiful that is, right? Now, that took about 45 seconds. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now, while I'm doing this, my oven is heating, David, at 350 degrees because...
Yeah, you can either put these in the oven, pan-sear them on top of the stove, finish them in the oven, or, as I did, put them in the air fryer.
That's right.
Now, having not cooked them in an air fryer before, I was a little concerned, should I sear them first? But I didn't.
No need to.
I put them into the air fryer just with seasoning on them, and once they thawed, and they were perfect. They cooked up so quick. I didn't even flip them because I didn't want them to get too done. And then I took them out and I put the butter on top and I snapped a photo. I mean, it's unbelievable. You've got a special friend with you today. I
do. I have Chris, who's been with me at the butcher shop for 25 years.
Chris Mincer is here. How are you, sir?
So good to see you.
Chris is not only a trained butcher, he's also a trained chef.
I am.
And we're thrilled to have you here, sir. Are you making a special recipe?
We are. I mean, what we're doing today is this is something that we do for the holidays at my house.
Okay.
And it's really taking the fillets that we love, that we get for the holidays as well, and kind of just stepping it up a little bit. This is my holiday actual coating that I use for the rim of the
Are these herbs?
These are all fresh herbs. So this is the rosemary, this is the sage, this is the thyme, fresh parsley, garlic, a little bit of red pepper flake.
We're going to bring a camera in over top so we can see what's going on, because it's all chopped up very finely on the plate, and then you're rolling just the edges in it.
And I just roll the edges in it. And what it does, it gives just a beautiful border. So when you put it on the plate, it just elevates the actual whole fillet. Look how beautiful that is. And then what I do, I take some of the seasoning, that Rastelli seasoning.
All right.
I land it on the tray, on the hot
into
plate.
Into the skillet with a little butter, a little of the garlic herb butter.
It's a garlic herb butter. We're going to land it right in there. And just like Ray showed you, you can 3 minutes on each side, baste it, finish in the oven, or you can just let it go in here. It'll take 4 to 5 minutes on each side.
That smells amazing.
It is so good.
Those herbs are a nice touch.
It is, and during the summertime, like if you're doing this, if you're in the summer, we lighten this up for Mother's Day. For Mother's Day, I use fresh basil. I use lemon, thyme,
I
and
am ready
fresh
to honor the
parsley.
moms and have some basil.
Yes.
These are fantastic. Sir, we're going to come back and visit with you, but you've got one done here.
I have one
let's
already
cut into
done.
it before we leave
Let me
you.
just show you what this looks like. And I think we have that butter. Look at that.
Oh.
Look how
Now,
beautiful that is.
if you're looking for the waterfall of butter, we have asked our cameras to come in nice and tight, and they have. Oh, my goodness. And if that doesn't make you hungry, your eyes are closed. Open them up. We'll wait. Open them up. And then feast your eyes. And then I wish you could smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because then you could smell those herbs
It's
mixing
so
with the butter.
fragrant, isn't it?
So good. Mr. Mincer, we're going to come back and visit with you again, sir. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
I want to let you know that we have this available for you to ship either immediately, 11/11 or 12/9. We've now, for the day, taken orders for 15,800. In this show alone, Mr. Rastelli, 1,500 are gone.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, for the 5th year in a row, this is a today's special value as a tradition from Rastelli. And it's important to know that this is the same price as last year, which is almost unheard of. But at retail, it's even more expensive. It's $250 at retail.
It is, David. And, you know, I will tell you that the QVC buyers and the Rastelli team have worked for the entire year. I went back to all the ranchers and the family ranchers that I work with, and I said, our QVC family loves these fillets. We've sold over 4 million of these fillets, David. I mean, think about how our butchers' wrists are hurting from cutting all these
That's
fillets.
a lot.
But you know what? We were able to actually get our farmers and our ranchers to work with us to make sure we got them back this year at the same price. And you're going to taste something, David. This I've just been basting with that butter.
How long has this been cooking?
This has been I did 3.5 to 4 minutes on one side. I just flipped these over, and I think they're going to be pretty close to done.
I think they're pretty ready. They look pretty ready.
So let's pull one up. I can feel it's going to be still a little bit rare, because if you actually can do this with your knife, and you can see me pressing into it. If it's soft,
Well, let's
it's
let it
still
cook a little longer.
We'll let it cook a little longer.
And while
then.
that happens, let's go over to the butcher block, because
Okay.
I know you love to show the
I do.
raw product. And it's important to know that a beef tenderloin is this shape. Now, it goes off to a small tail on one end, but these cuts come from the middle, don't they?
They do, right. And again, Black Angus. So think about this tenderloin is covered typically in fat, and what we do is we age it with all of that fat on it, because we want
That's where the flavor is.
That's where the flavor is, and we want to protect the meat. So we age that for 45 days. But then after 45 days, our butchers come in and we cut the tails off of this.
The tails aren't wasted, however.
Nope.
This is what the tips are made out of.
That's right. The
All
tips
those-
and the medallions.
The tips and the medallions,
Yep.
exactly.
There's the tip, and there's the medallion. But you know what? Here comes our beautiful center cut 5-ounce fillets. Now, I want you to see the inside of this fillet. If you see this marbling in there, that's what makes me excited. I see all that meat candy in there. And what you're going to notice on this fillet, top, bottom, and side, there is no fat at all.
Now, I had friends come over for dinner, and they said, "What's for dinner tonight, David?" And I'm like, "Filet mignon." They're like, "Fillets?" I was like, fillets. And they're like, "How are you going to cook them?" I said, "In the air fryer, but I'm going to serve them with garlic herb butter."
Yes.
They were like, "Where'd the garlic herb butter come from?" And I said, "Well, it's a secret. Can't tell you." And then we took it out and we started eating it, and everybody just licked the plate. I mean, it was so good. Everybody is looking for that center cut portion. They're looking for something that has been hand trimmed. They're looking for something that is going to be full of flavor but not full of fat. And that's exactly what's happening.
It is the leanest piece of steak you're going to get, but also the most tender. Because, David, as you always said, it's just along for the ride.
Yeah, the filet
right?
is just along for the ride. It's not a
Yes.
muscle.
Yep.
It doesn't do anything in the steer that that requires any kind of work, right? It just
exactly.
is along for the ride. That's why it's so prized.
Yes.
Now, we're going to come back to the table here in a moment and show you all the goodies, because they brought out more what we call in the business hots. They brought out some hots on the cutting board for us to cut open. So these are just off the heat. And Chef Steve is helping us out today. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And you're putting some butter on top, and I'm glad you're doing that, Mr. Rastelli, because this is all a part of it.
Yeah, it is. And this is that same experience that when you go to that great steakhouse, this is what they do. This is what the chefs do with this same exact filet. In fact, we have many restaurants we serve right here in Westchester, David, and the chefs use our filet and they use our garlic herb butter, right? Because they know that when it gets to the plate, it's going to melt in. So
maybe we can show that video now that you brought it up, because this is actual footage from a Westchester steakhouse. Is that right?
That's correct. That is correct.
Or Westchester. Oh, well, we're going to start on the farm, and then we'll go into the rest of the video.
And here's where it all starts, David. This happens to be my farm. These are our Black Angus cattle.
So you own this farm?
That we own this farm, and these Black Angus cattle we are raising. Now, we have to raise a lot more than just what we can do at our farm. So we have about 25 to